Hey guys, so I tried to figure out a quiet place to film this video, and this is kind of the best I could come up with, which is in the back of the motor pool, sitting on a trailer. You might hear a lot of background noise, so we have some connexes being moved, and we're shooting gunnery right now, so you might hear some artillery fire in the background as well. I will try to mitigate the noise as much as I can in this video, but just a disclaimer. So I realized the past 3 vlogs have been me traveling, which I really enjoy making this kind of videos because they're really fun and they're a great memory to look back on. But I realized that you as a viewer might not really understand what's going on. The last video I made that I actually talked a lot was me just saying that I'm deploying. So yes, I am here in Europe, officially deployed. I wanted to sit down and just talk to you as a viewer and kind of just tell you more about my military life. So the military is not something that I really talk about in my videos too much, simply because I just don't want to. I don't think it defines me and who I am. It isn't just a job to me, but it's not something that I willingly talk about with a lot of people. Like, what I do in the military is, you know, unless someone specifically asks, I just don't bring it up. But I realize that if you have followed me for a while, you probably have no idea what I do or what, you know, what's really going on. So I thought I would make this video just kind of about that. This video is going to be my rank and what I do. So if you don't know too much about the military structure, there are NCOs and there are officers. NCO stands for non-commissioned officer, so you can start off and you can enlist right out of high school and you can work your way up the channel and become a non-commissioned officer. And then there are commissioned officers. Prerequisite for being an officer is you do have to have a college degree. A lot of NCOs later on get their education, but they decide to stay an NCO. They don't want to become an officer. So there's different things, and the main thing that is different about an NCO and an officer is an NCO really works hand in hand with the soldiers, and the officer is the planner. They plan things, the NCO executes them. So I am a commissioned officer. I received my commission from the President of the United States saying that I will become a officer in the United States Army. So just to kind of talk about myself a little bit here, which this video is about. I graduated from Wofford College, which is a small private liberal arts school in South Carolina. I'm from Greenville, South Carolina, and I graduated with an English major, Chinese minor. Immediately upon graduating, I commissioned as a second lieutenant. And now I am a first lieutenant. A first lieutenant is someone who has been within the active duty army for at least 18 months, and then you put on first lieutenant. Okay, so this is the rank structure. When you graduate from college, you start off as a second lieutenant, known as a butter bar. That's the rank you're at for 18 months before you pin first lieutenant, which is what I am. After that, after first lieutenant, you have to be selected to go before the captain's board. Then you go to career course and you pin on captain ranks. You're a captain for a pretty long time, about 4 years, and then you eventually get into field grades. So this is field grades, and then this is company grades. And then you get major, then eventually lieutenant colonel, who commands the battalion. Captains are commanders within the company. So currently I'm right here. I started off here. I am now currently here. When you are in college, you kind of score points doing various things, and those points go on what's called an OML score, and you get a branch and a duty station. My duty station is Fort Riley, Kansas, and I branch transportation. So currently, right now, I am a distribution platoon leader. I've been a platoon leader for 18 months, and we're about to have an officer move. It's already been announced. I will be an executive officer for the company that I currently am in. That's really exciting. Saying that you're an XO is just a really exciting thing, but it also is a lot of responsibility, so it's something that I am looking forward to. As the distribution platoon leader, it has been so challenging. I have 27 soldiers that I lead every single day with my platoon sergeant, and it is a tireless effort because you have different classes of supply, which I can explain in classes of supply as well. So you have the commander here, the captain that we talked about earlier. He is the company commander, and under him you have a couple people, but for the sake of this we'll stick to the officers. You have his executive officer, his XO, which is kind of like his right-hand guy. Then you have, in my company particularly, platoon leaders. And there's 2 in our platoon. I am one of them as the Distro Platoon Leader, and we have another one who is the Maintenance Platoon Leader. So currently right here, this is me. And under me, I have a platoon of 27 people, along with my platoon sergeant, who helps me do everything that I need to do. So yeah, within the grand scheme of things, within a company, this is where I currently am at. I am the leader of this 27 platoon personnel. Within my platoon, there are 3 sections: ammo, transportation, and fuel. So each of these sections, I have a section sergeant who's in charge of them. And then each of these section sergeants has a couple NCOs and a couple soldiers that report directly to them. So that's me, and then you have my platoon sergeant. And then together we form a team that tells these guys missions and what they need to do, and they tell their soldiers in return. To finish my demonstration, I'm gonna have to go seek shelter because now it is raining on me. Say this has been one of the most difficult videos to film just because yesterday my camera died in the middle of filming this, and then today it started raining on me. But third time's the charm. So roughly this is about 27 dudes along with their section sergeant and me as a platoon leader and my sidekick, the platoon sergeant. I don't know why I drew his face so big. Anyways, so yeah, so when we get missions that come down, I then tell one of these sections to execute it, and they do so accordingly. So most of the time I directly push missions down to these section sergeants, or sometimes I decide to lead the convoy myself and they assist me. So yeah, it kind of just depends on what I decide to do that day. So the mission kind of depends on the classes of supply. So there are 9 classes of supply. Each of these means something different. So class 1 is food, class 3 is fuel, class 5 is ammo. All of these all mean something else, each of these numbers, but these are really the 3 that I focus on. And then depending on what other things that need to be transported, like some might say that class 4 needs to go. Class 4 is barrier material. So if someone needs barrier material, they'll load that up, and that also goes on my mission. So pretty much what happens is someone requests one of these classes of supply. If someone requests class 3, the fuel, my fuelers make sure that it gets done. And if someone requests ammo, my ammo guys make sure that it gets done. Honestly, since I support a heavy armored battalion, which is a bunch of tanks and things like that, a lot of times we're always on the road, definitely always on the road. So yeah, that's pretty much what I do and what my rank is, all in a nutshell. I hope this video was somewhat interesting and not confusing. I tried to break it down as simple as possible. A lot of military jargon and lingo can get lost to civilians or anyone who's not used to military way of speaking. So yeah, I hope that kind of gives you guys some insight of kind of what I do in my life. I don't really show my military side a lot, and so I don't know, kind of felt like a big deal that I was making this video. Maybe whenever I change over positions in a couple months, I will make another one. Who knows, once I learn my new duties and responsibilities as the executive officer. So we'll see. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in another one. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye.